my guess would be. We can go in and take a look. From the 80, my guess is this battle is on 110. So let's go take a look to see who's winning that. That already just that just ended as well. Yep, 81. So there's no surprise there. So we will be fighting 80 next. That will be our next live war stream. Then we had 81 fight 119. I really, I think this is kind of a waste to even look at because I'm quite sure 81 won. Um, yeah, 81's up. The fact 119 got 2.7% is surprising me. 81 is very strong. So 81. So 81 will move on in this bracket, and then we have 100 versus 79. If I had to get 100 is probably handling 79 would be my guess. So let's take a look. It's probably similar to over. Yeah, 100. Look at that, 79. Oh, 79. 79 is scrappy. We fought them. See more. I did appreciate 79. We had a lot of back and forth when I was on 88 with 79. So shout out to 79 people. You are very scrappy. Great wars and stuff. Hold no resentment toward anybody after a season happens. And as you can see, probably outgunned and outnumbered here. But the fact that they keep going back and forth, hanging into this war, good for them. Good for 79. Um, they're a scrappy bunch. So this is technically not decided yet. There's still 23 minutes left in this one. So 79 could easily come back in this war and win. This is, I got to tell you, I geek out over this stuff, like these wars, like even watching this stuff. That's why I don't mind doing the YouTube live. Other people like find this to be entertaining because I'm entertaining by just this right here. This entertains me. This could be a TV show in itself where I could watch other servers and kind of clean my kitchen and do like housework while this was going on in the background. That's fine with me because this is like I've seen servers come back from this, like 23 to 52. It tells me 79 is in it because 23% they've been able to hold it. They just took it over right now. So 79 is now holding it, which tells you they're in this fight still. That's a sign of if you're still in it, right? If you are able to take it over this late, there's been 67% put on here, and or I'm sorry, I'm awesome at math. You'll find that out as we progress. 77% has been put up in this war, and 79 is still hanging around where they're taking it over and capturing. So awesome. Um, I can't. I got to tell you, I can't help but cheer a little bit for 79. Um, Again, probably because I was in season with them, where we fought 88. We had like early battles, like really good battles, like back and forth, back and forth. There's some people on there like Skippa, really strong, and I have nothing but appreciation for those folks because they're fighters. And any server that's like scrappy and fighting like that, I love it. Whether you win it, you don't win it, whether you could slaughter somebody, but like today, like 70 kind of didn't show up. You know what I mean? Like you saw, there was a spattering of people. They didn't really show what you're going to win or lose. Like then at least coordinate and all come in and lose together. Like throw one big battle and try to fight for a percent of the capital or something. Um, I would have, I wouldn't have lost my drill grounds not being shielded. I would have rather lost my drill grounds throwing it at somebody. I don't care. I would throw a CDF. It doesn't matter. Throw it at somebody. But 79 is definitely a together server. They have a lot of good alliances, a lot of good teams, and they were recruiting. They had some good recruiting this offseason in the chat, which I enjoyed. So shout out, good special shout out to 79. Enjoy them. So, just the players about. Let's pop in here. I don't want to get too close. I don't want them to think like I'm interfering, and then my server gets hit because QB got involved with our server fight and he shouldn't have been here. Let's just pop on the server. I'm gonna pop way out here, just so we can peek in and nobody thinks I'm involved with this. Uh, so let's play. I can tell you the players involved a little bit more in this because I like it. I like how close this is. This is probably their top player right here, Killer. So we'll take a look and see the players involved. Let's look at the total hero power. So you got Killer, so 285, 243. Just to give you an idea for myself, I'm 232. So these three have higher hero power than even me. 220 hero power. That's pretty good. You're still running around probably a first team of 60 something. Actually, I think Yo has a 70 million air unit. Early his second and third suffer, which is why he's 220. But you come down here and then a little bit of a drop, right? So they have three really strong players here though that can participate. Let's take a look now to see 79 and what they bring to the table in regards to elite strength. Um, and I'll tell you why I'm looking at elite strength in a minute. It's not to ignore everybody else because it's not true. Look at this. So Skippa and 18. So this is what I'm gonna say about 79, and you can see it now, right? The rankings that I just told you, they are heavily, heavily outpowered with the elite strength at the top here. And so was 70. Even more slanted was our 71 versus 70. But this right here, 79, is overpowered. Yet, not only participating with a percent, they are in this war. And that is down to participation. The only reason why I show you elite strength, and the reason why I focus on this here in the beginning for a battle, is because you want to see if when somebody owns the capital, how much effort is it going to be to get somebody out of that capital to take it over, right? Because oftentimes, when they talk about whales and people that are that high powered, like Killer, who's going to be in here, right? Who was using, this is a purchased account anyway. This actually was, I believe, this was the person on 91. I believe the strongest person on 91. So this is a purchase account, but regardless, it's big. And if we look again at the rankings, the reason why I look at elite rankings is because if he's sitting here with 285 hero power, camped out in the capital, then somebody from 79 has to have the power to remove him, or else this war is pointless. How much is it going to take to remove him? So the hero power 79 has somebody around here. They don't even have somebody as high as these two. But you know what they do have? They have heart, war, and participation. That's what they have, and so that's why 79 is scrapping, and they're in this. It looks. Oh, again, like, shame on me. I was about to write them off because they weren't. It looked like they. I think there was like 7-8% that was taken over. So the other thing I'll just touch on, that the thing you look on these wars here, and like a good fight in a good capital war, what the thing that you need to do when you're outpowered and you're outmanned like 79 is with those elite fighters, is you want to take over these cannons, right? If you give 100 the cannons, and they have the capital, and they have elite strength more than you can't get them out of here just by hitting. You can, but it's going to cost you a lot of troops and speed ups, and like your server's going to eventually wear down, which I would be surprised if 79 didn't wear down. But the cannons offer immense help. So you can see here, 79 had this cannon a minute ago, now CFO, so they're battling for this cannon, which is incredibly important in this war. So I'm going to look around and look. So 100 has this cannon, and 79 has this cannon, and then 100 has this cannon. So right now, 79 is a little bit behind the 8 ball if they can't take more cannons. So just having, 100 took this one as well. So it looks like they're struggling to control the cannons. And this is why they might be wearing down. They did take this one over, so they're still in it. But if you're gonna, like, 79 needs to control, there you go. So they took over this one. So I was gonna say 79 has to control at least 2 cannons to stand a fight. And you can see there is a battle, and this is where, again, low spenders, mid spenders, you popping in and hitting these cannons right now is huge, because these are scraps. These folks are scrapping fighting right now. This is exciting stuff. So having this cannon, and I have not seen this one change hands yet, which, I do see Skippa hitting it though, and Skippa is their strongest right here. So they must have somebody strong over here. Let me just make sure nobody's interfering with this war either, by the way. It looks just like 79 and 100, which is good. So let me come back to the cannon. So there it is. There he is. Skip is incredibly strong. So he's coming over here, taking over this cannon. 79 now they have two cannons. 79 has two cannons. Okay. But we've seen all of these cannons change hands. So the magic number is for if all of a sudden 79 takes over 4 at once, then they're in business. Sometimes in these battles, and listen, I understand you look at this and you're like, QB, this is a waste of time. You're just trying to make for interesting live content. I'm telling you, I'm not. If something's not interesting, I will be the first one. You'll learn. I am honest. I'm not looking for people to necessarily watch crap. Like essentially, the war that I was in, I tried to make exciting and pop around and fight because that wasn't an exciting war. And this is what I love being in. Like this right here, this environment is great. I wish I could be involved with this war. But my president said no. We are not interfering. And I wouldn't want. I don't know. I would love to help 79. I do like 79. But you look over here, and this is not over. So 79 just took it over. And so the reason why I'm going to tell you it's not over and why exciting. So oftentimes early on in these scraps, it's a battle of speed ups and willpower, and the difference at some point swings to it's no longer about the elite people and the high spenders, and it's really about in these grinding efforts, it's about how much participation you can get and mid spenders and free to play that's clogging up and eating time for everybody in this middle here. If you can overpopulate, because you're trying to win cannons, sure, they only have a couple elite people that could be here, and they can't have the elite people both clogging the cannons and the capital. So that's probably what they're struggling right now for 100 is where do they put their elite power? Do they put it in their cannons or do they put it in their capital? And to protect against 79 because they keep losing the cannons. So elite, if it's really an out participation. So if 79 can overpopulate more of these people, then yeah, they can still overtake them. They can, let's see, the cannons. What do we got? We got 79 has this cannon, 100 has this cannon. What do we have over here? 100 has that cannon, and 79 has that cannon. Here we go. All right. Oh, that's not, yeah, I mean, that's not wise. Like, see, Jack is in the middle of this battle, or, just even sitting here. They can confuse, if somebody looks around, they can confuse that we're participating in this war just from seeing us. So I would not support sitting in the middle of this pile right now, since our president said that we shouldn't be involved with this war. So I am where I am, out of the picture, so people don't think I'm involved. You have 79 with 2 cannons. 79 is now 3 cannons. So I would guess that they're going to take over this capital pretty soon, given that they had. Oh no, it's switching fast. If you look, like 100, you can see at the top. And if you excuse me for my excitement on this stuff, because I really do get excited about it. But look at this, like 100's here, 100's here at the top of the capital, and they have this, right? So this is a good view to show you, like, can I scan out to just show you the capital and all 4 guns? Or cannons, I should say. Let's see. Yeah. All right. So that's 100. That's 79. This one on the right here. So on the bottom right, looks like we are 79. Bottom left is 100. top left 100, top right 79. So 79 is at 2. And I'm just going to track 79 because they took over the capital. But again, it's all going to go based on this. They have three. Oh, they had 3. They have 2 now. They have the East Cannons, both East Cannons. All right. You have the West Cannons are still both 100, and the East Cannons are still owned by 79. So again, I told you when I was looking at this earlier when I first saw it that by no means did 100 take this yet, this battle. And as you can see, it's still incredibly close. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. I'm wondering though, 1, 2, yeah. So now 100. Oh, so 100 has both North Cannons and both South Cannons are 79. Skippa, good job, man. Good job by Skippa at the bottom, at the southeast cannon. Good job by him. He stationed himself there, and he has completely controlled that cannon for a while, if you've noticed. So really, shout out to Skippa on controlling that cannon. All these other cannons I keep watching flop, and 79 now has 3 cannons. They have the only one they don't have is the Northwest. So you don't control the cannons. Sometimes you don't control the war, and these cannons up here right now, you still have 3 cannons that are maintaining strong with 79. And now they took the capital. 79 is swinging this war, folks. This is good stuff. All right, so the 79 did lose, right? Bottom right cannon. However, I think that's the least of their concern because Skippa can take that right back over. I would not worry about that. They have. It also looks like, by the way, that the north left cannon must be with Killer or somebody because that's been under CFL control for quite some time. So my guess is there is a large body in that cannon. But I'm going to watch this bottom right cannon. My guess is that's going to be taken over by 79 pretty quick because Skippa has been on top of his game. And it may take, like, if they put an elite person in there, Killer or somebody, could take him some time. He'll take a couple hits. But once he does, I mean, like, Killer is way over here. Even if he was trying to occupy the cannon down at the bottom right, it would take him a long time to get there. So 79 they're back to, let's see, 79 only 1 right now, though. So they have the main capital, which is great for them. But there it is. Skippa took the bottom right again. It's not Skippa, but I'm just saying, whoever takes it over, I can assure you that it's because Skippa's right next to it, throwing heavy bodies into it, heavy squads to zero it out, and then they can retake it over. So they have only 2. They still have the main capital building. Take a look at how many. I'm gonna just. What's interesting for this is let's kind of take a look at how many squads. Like 79 needs to hold this for 10 minutes now. You know, it says they're going to capture in 36 minutes. They have to take like 10 minutes straight to just be able to do 1% here in exchange with 100 for 1% is no longer going to work. Once you get towards 80%, you now have to start making up chunks somewhere. You want it to drag out, and you hope, like 100 sitting here, 79%. So I would say, like, you want to be in to be set. Like, see, you want to be 80% and drag them to 80% and be. This is great if you're 79 to drag out the war, to make it interesting. But now we've gotten to this level. If you truly want to win the war, if you truly are hoping to win it, you need to now take chunks of percentages. You need to hold the capital for 10 minutes straight. You got to figure out now you've grinded them down. You have to hope that people are out of troops and they quit, or you're overpopulating them enough to lift this percentage, to hold this for 10 minutes straight, or at least maintain it for quite a bit. You're down right now by almost 40%. I would say by the time 100 hits 85%, you're going to want to be around 50. So like you have to start chunking away at it. Otherwise, this is going to be a great thing to watch, and you're going to say, "Oh, this is really interesting." But ultimately, if you actually want to win the war, like either way, 79 has had a great showing, right? So you're going to walk away and go, "Oh yeah, 79 put up a good fight. It was a good war." But like, yeah, but you want to win the war. So if you really want to win the war on this, then you're going to need to chunk away at that percent. And if 100 holds it like this and just keeps getting to 81 and you stay like 40%, this thing's going to end 100 to maybe 50. Like maybe 79 pulls out 50. So that's what I'm saying. You can't let them get too far away, because then it's going to become a numbers game where they're going to be able to concentrate. Like they can capture in 10 minutes. So if they start concentrating only on the capital, they no longer will need the cannons eventually, because it'll just get down to a percentage game where you can just literally throw everything you have at the capital and be able to win it for the few seconds that are left. So again, this is interesting at this stage only if 79 can swing it for a giant percentage. And they're probably going to need more than 2 cannons at this point to be. They're probably going to have to consistently hold 3 cannons. Right now, they're still splitting. So they're like holding ground, and they're going to maybe flip it in a second. But see what I mean? 82%, they're extending the lead. And right now, it needed to be reverse. What you needed to see happen was 79 come in and take a little bit more of a chunk of this. So I think 100. I think they just took their third cannon. I think the swing. I think 79's worn down enough at this stage, which probably the reverse. Like I'm not gonna make it more interesting than it needed to be, right? Like 100 probably wore him down. 79. Every time you're throwing in at this capital, trying to get people like Killer and those elite people I had showed earlier, you're gonna start losing troops. And my guess is that a lot of troops just got lost, like from the 79 side, to the point that they couldn't make it up. Eventually, you run out, your drill grounds get down, you start telling people, I'm out, I'm out, I'm out. And then showing up on the battlefield no longer really matters, because nobody cares about zeroing you out. Like a lot of these inner fights stopped at this point. Like a lot of these battles to port one another start to wither away a little bit, and you start focusing on the cannons, and you see this is what's happening. Everybody starts going in here and paying their attention to the capital, paying their attention to the cannons. And not that not that there's not fighting going on within the battlefield. It's happening, but more activity you're going to see is the cannons, because getting to this percentage at this point, you really need to take that over. So, okay. Thank you, Ram. All right, so let's go. So we got 100 and 100. Yes. Okay, so skip ahead that one. 100, 79, and 100. So they're split again. Again, we're back to 79 took it over, but like 41%. We still keep talking about the same percentage here of 41%. So again, although this is interesting, you end up with a war that 100 wins 100 to 60 or 100 to 50, instead of talking about like 79 actually winning this war. So they have to make up a chunk here. So what I would wanted to see was 79 get to around 50% by the time 100 got to 85. But you can see that what's happening here. My guess is Killer's squads go in here, and then see they take over. However, this could swing quick. Like It looked like Killer had to use a lot to get there. So if 79 wants to grab it now, a lot of times with these wars, what you need to have happen in order for 79 to make this jump that I'm talking about, they would need right now. Um, you need to take over the capital, and you have to have a consecutive run where you need to stack 20 in there, 20 or 30 in there, and let them be stationed. And then that way, when people like Killer come with his #1 march, and he wallops in here, it's not. He's going to take out 10 or 15 people, but it's not enough to completely clear out the capital. And then if you can hold the capital through one of Killer's #1 hits, then he's going to have to come all the way back, refresh, and come back in. You stand a chance of going, right, of actually having it take. So see, 79 took over. Right now, 79 has to be able to stack. I don't know if they can. I don't know if they will, but they have to be able to stack 30 before Killer. See, Killer's sending one out now, right here. So this is what's to watch right here. You see it moving. This is coming out from Killer. Oh no, actually, I'm sorry. That's not Killer. He's refreshing still. His is coming back. So here's his march. Here's his march. He's got two right here. So he's got one heading in his base, and he's got one heading back to his base. So now's your chance, with Killer out of the water, to stack this capital with people to survive Killer's hit. So it keeps ticking up, 45% to 86. So you still got it. It looks like Killer has not sent anybody yet. He's getting everything fresh. So and you see 100 took it over, even with Killer sitting here, and he hasn't even sent out a march. I think he's still sitting with. He's attacking right now. Oh, he attacked this. Maybe I don't know what he's doing because he's holding. Not entirely sure what Killer's doing because I haven't seen a march leave Killer's base. At all. Oh, there he goes. So now he's leaving too. I don't know what he was doing with all that time. In the meantime, 79 took over. 79 took over because Killer didn't send any marches. Like, that's what happened right there. Like, he was just sitting there waiting to send his bases. I mean, now Killer, look at his teams. I mean, these are just leaving now, like, to go out. And 79 is taking over. These bases that Killer has, these squads, Killer needed to do that a while ago. Like, he should have already been there. All right, so now we see if they can survive. My guess is they didn't have enough time to stack, and Killer's coming back in, and he's going to be able to take over this account. Not for nothing, but like this is what happens. People just come in and you buy an account of power, and you're able to make a difference by striking in and getting in here. But like, I'm not necessarily impressed with the fighting. Like, so he took over with his #1. Now Killer's in there holding it. So now, like, they're fighting. Now, look, Killer didn't do anything with this mark. So he's waiting to try to get it over here. So when there makes room, he can somehow strike, or he can somehow then go back into the capital with his second. But he didn't. So he is just there. He goes. Now he's going back in. All right, so here's CFO Killer. This is his second going in right here. I think no, it's not. It's hard to tell because it's just floating there. Now it's going in. Maybe he was just looking for room, but in the meantime, there Killer. So now he's been ejected. 79's got to take it over right now. Right now, Killer got kicked out. He's got one out. You got to get his second one out now. Where's Skippa? Get in there, buddy. I know you're poor Skippa. They're overrun. There's Skippa. See, he was there. I mean, he knows what he's doing. He's trying to maintain this cannon. He can't do everything. Like you need to have, more. That's why it's interesting because they're overrun by power and they're still hanging in. But it's just sometimes it becomes too much. Like they still can't get Killer out. He's still there. It is. Okay, so now Killer's out. 79 needs to be able to take it over now. Both of Killer's squads are gone. So now's the time for 79 to strike and get out. Skip is going in there right there. I would expect 79 to flip this thing. Oh, see, here's their second one right here coming in. That's strong. 79 just can't flip it. Yeah, and then Hamizo went in here. Killer's got another one. That's that might be Killer's third though. He didn't make his all the way back yet, so he's still got squads coming back. Although he did have, it could have been Killer's first again. Because remember, they couldn't get him out right away, and he kind of Killer's out. That was probably his second squad. Might have even been his third. Killer's refreshing right now. 79 still has not taken over. It's a wrap, folks. I don't know. Listen. I love to make it more interesting and keep you live watching, but they got one. They got what is this? 100? Yeah, they got one. They got one. They got 79. They're still split on cannons. They're still hanging in there, but they have not flipped this capital, and they can't offset Killer's two marches that are going in, and Killer's just becoming too much at this point to overcome. So he sent in his first march. He sent in his second march. This is probably Skippa doing that damage right now. But it's all it is. It's going to make room for a Killer to be able to. He's right in the middle here, and he's going to be able to pop in. 79 took it over, but Killer's going to be able to pop in. Like he's going. Yeah, there he goes. So he'll be able. He was just using the speed up to get in. 100 is going to take it back over. See, Killer got kicked out. He's got this one going back. He's got this one going back. So Killer's got three. If 79's paying attention, I don't know what his fourth is or what he's got, but somebody should be hitting Killer right now and trying to clear him. He's trying to fight with three marches, three squads. And this is a perfect example of you have to have people watching because Killer right now has three squads out. My guess is he's throwing everything at to try to win it. And he's only got 8%. He's vulnerable. He's vulnerable for somebody to pop in and hit him and at least test him. So if you have, like a 50 million march or a 60 million march to try, you can probably get by Killer's fourth team if he has a fourth up. He might even not have fourth. But if you time it right, Killer is overextending himself right now to win this war. And that's the type of stuff that can swing it. Because if you can get Killer out of this spot, then he might have to be in the back somewhere. And if you can get Killer in the back somewhere, that takes away time. It could be the swing I was talking about. But you got to recognize that 79's got to be on that to see that Killer's doing it. And they just might be out of folks. So, because they took it over, and he's going back. It's a wrap. Remember I said it was like 100. It could be like 100 to 50, and say 79 put up a good fight, but not. Then that's what it looks like you're gonna end up with. They got three cannons, but like I told you, once you get down to the high percentage, it's no longer a cannon game. It's a time you're running out the clock. They only need 354 to hold it. So now it's a matter of like 1% at a time. The cannons don't matter anymore. Like, yeah, great. Like 79 is going to make this huge push of swing, and all of a sudden you think they can get four cannons and take this big push, and you can port Killer and get them out of here. Maybe you make some kind of giant swing, but realistically, you can have all 4 cannons be 79, and 100 just needs to focus on this capital. That's it. 100 just should have put every single ounce of elite power they have into that capital and can hold it for the remaining time. Because it shows 426 right now, but as more go in there, more powerful people go in there, that timer will go down and fluctuate in how much they need. So really, it's less about the time they need and more about the percentage. Like you can take away their time that they need because you can take over the capital and make their clock stop. What you can't take away is their percentage owned. And this type of lead at this point, the way that this war has been going without the elite power to take out Killer, it's kind of a no-brainer. But again, missed opportunity for those watching. Missed opportunity because Killer was overextending himself. He had 3 squads out and nobody hit him. Nobody hit him, and he is the main reason that they're winning with this power right now. And 79, in all fairness to them, for them to be completely out of it, and probably nobody gave them much of a chance to hang into this war. They're scrappy, so I'm not going to take anything away from them. It's more just to watch when people overextend themselves like Killer did here. It doesn't matter their power. It doesn't matter how strong Killer is. He has right now, you can see. So watch Killer. He has 2 that left right now. He left right now. He could already have one in there. I'm not sure. Before I saw a third. I'm not sure what he did, but here we see 1, 2 going in. We'll see if one comes out while this one goes in or not. Oh, 79 took it over, so it's not. So he's back to only 2. So Killer is only, unless he's in a cannon that I can't tell, unless he owns one of these cannons. But he doesn't own that one, and he doesn't own. They own this one. Could be him, but I haven't shown the 3rd squad again, so I don't know. And that may have been the only time that he tried that to somehow take over the capital. Where sometimes I've done this before. Sometimes you're like, you know what? I'm going to see if I can get away with it. No one's paying attention. I'm going to see if I can get away with it and get that extra squad out. And then you throw like 3, 4 squads in at the capital and hope nobody's watching you at that moment. Because if they do, you're like, uh-oh, they can port me. I'm vulnerable right now, but I have to do it to try to help my team. That's Killer at one point was there. He had get 3 squads out. Very difficult for 79's view, who's sitting here grinding to see that moment. So I'm not going to put it on them, but there was a moment where he was incredibly vulnerable to be hit, and somebody got in there and hit him once. They may be able to clear him. I don't know. It's tough to know what squad. He could have thrown out his 4th squad. Seems like a waste, but he could have. He 100% was vulnerable to be able to be hit at that moment. But now it's the bitter end, as you can see. I mean, eventually, like, good for takeaway for this. Watching this, I'm going to tell you, is coming into this. What I said was I respected 79 from the season that I fought before. Nothing to take away from them. Amazing percentage that they put up, and scrappy server. And this is the type of stuff, to be honest with you, where you look for those servers. By the way, if you're looking for a server to join, that's the type of server you look for. Like a server like 79 that's scrappy, overrun, but the people are going to do. So when servers like 71 can't help you because we run out of spots to transfer to, and you're like, I just got to get out of my server because it's not competitive. I want to have more fun. I want to be more involved with the game. I want to do something. 79, if you're within our grouping of between 69 and 132, 79 is a server to look for to transfer to. Honestly, like, you may, some of it is fun. It becomes, depends on where you are, your country, because it could be a language game. Like if you're looking for an American team, or you're looking for, you could be looking for a Korean team. It depends, but if you're looking for fighting, and it doesn't matter to you the country, as long as you get into battles, 79 has represented themselves well. That they're a server that can be transferred to. Like, this is respectable. And props to Skippa. I fought Skippa many times the back and forth wars that we got into during season 4. Um, he's strong. He's good. And great. I mean, great fighter. Like, he controlled his cannon. He did his job. What more can you ask for from him? He was able to control his cannon. He was able to come in, hit up the Capitol building. Um, and 100 was clearly the favorite in this. Um, I think that they won. Like, it's pretty clear that um, that it's over. But it's all props to 79. And thank you to all you that were able to pop into the live stream, even if you popped in and out today. I have a couple more videos coming up for everybody. If you have any questions, please hit me up on Discord. Hit that subscribe button so you're not missing anything. And thank you all for taking the time. Could have been anywhere, and you were here at some point today. So I can tell you that I appreciate it. All right. With that, gonna be signing off.